Good morning, everyone. This is my watch list for Monday, March 30th. All right, so what happened Friday? Market sold below the 642 level I talked about. It retested and then continued selling all the way into the afternoon. And what's happening today? We're gapping up off of that demand I mentioned, right? We zoom out to the 4 hour. You have to go way back to August of 2025, but you see the 635, the 633. Those were the two big pivots back from August of last year. And where's the market bouncing off of in the pre-market? Those levels, right? 633, 635. So the question today is, do we fail the 642 and we can short back into 635, or do we reclaim 642? If we reclaim 642, then I'll be looking for squeezes back into 650. I think the market can get some squeeze momentum if we start reclaiming levels, all right? If we fail the 642, we can look for shorts back into 635 and actually look for longs again at these demand at 635 or 633. We can look for bounce longs even off the open. If we get a candle into 635 and we see that the market's holding, we can actually look for longs off the open as well. All right, because we're now at demand. We're now at big demand, and the market's been selling heavy, and we're going to bounce. We're going to get a bounce soon. Maybe it's today, maybe it's sometime this week, but we're going to get a bounce soon, and we have to be ready to trade both sides. All right. So 642 is my level. Also, these demands 635, 633. Let's see how market reacts to everything today. All right. QQQ, it's 574, right? 574 was the breakdown from that Monday low. Here's the breakdown from Thursday, and it sold pretty heavy on Friday. But look where it bounced. Remember the level I talked about? Very, very big 4 hour level. 560. This was the double bottom back from August, right? 560 is the absolute low from the after hours trading session on Friday, right? 560, we're bouncing now, we're gapping up pre-market, we're all the way back to 566. Do we come up to 574 and reject that supply? Then we can look for shorts at 574. This is actually a weaker chart than SPY because tech is really weak right now. So we can look for shorts at 574. We can look for pop and fades off 574. And then we can also look for demand bounces off of this 560. 560 is big, all right? We may see something like this happen today, where wicks below, reclaims, and then rips. So we want to be prepared to trade both sides. Ideally, I would like to either see a supply rejection or a demand hold for a bounce, okay? Because that's a huge level that's really untested. It was only tested in the after hours, but we haven't tested it intraday yet, okay? Those are my levels on SPY and QQQ. Apple, I'm not watching anymore, right? It failed to 255. It failed that supply back below 251. It went back to test this demand from last Friday in the after hours Friday. So I don't see anything here anymore on this chart. So let's jump into a couple names I actually am watching. Amazon, right? Amazon failed the flag on the daily. Amazon failed the flag. And now look, this big demand, from March 3rd and March 23rd, 202. We're now below that. And we're also below the big 206, 207 area as well, okay? So I'm actually watching two things. If market holds strong, then if we reclaim 202, I'm looking for a move back into 206 to 207, right? This is a big hourly candle that we could potentially reclaim if the market becomes strong. The other potential thing we can look for is either shorts off the failure of 202, or we get shorts off of the failure of 206, 207, okay? Those are the two things I'm watching on Amazon. If market holds this demand and we bounce strong today, then this reclaim could be a nice opportunity, the 202 reclaim, all right? So that's something I'll be watching on Amazon today. Google, Meta, I'm not watching anything on either of those names. Netflix, I am still. It broke out of the flag, right? It broke out of this 1 hour flag, and it's starting to consolidate a bit before it makes a move up. So it's all about the 94, right? If 94 reclaims, then we go to 96. If 96 reclaims, we're going back to 100, okay? So if this starts to build over 94 today, I will look for longs on Netflix, right? We just need a proper reclaim of 94. You see what happened on Friday. It was looking strong off the open, but then it failed the 96 level again, right? And it was unable to reclaim 94 the whole day. So we need to actually see it reclaim and hold 94. We can look for the move into 96, and then if we get above 96, we're gonna go to 100, right? Nvidia broke that massive, remember that holy mecca level I was talking about? This 4-hour 170. 170 is a huge level that we bounced off multiple times. Nvidia lost that. Now it didn't really get any heavy selling below 170. The lowest that we saw on Friday was 167, right? So it made only a $3 move off that 170 level. I actually like reclaims on this today, especially with market at demand, right? SPY, QQQ are at big demand. If we reclaim 170, it goes back to 174, maybe even 176. So today I'm watching for Nvidia reclaim 170 for longs, okay? PLTR, I'm not watching anything, but just remember what I said. Be careful longing this name below 148. 148 was my massive daily level. Back here, right? This is, for me, if as long as PLTR is below 148, then this is not a name that I would want to be long, okay? Unless it gets back to like some of these bigger demand areas down here, 128, 127, okay? And that's my watch for today. So pretty short, but that's what I'm watching. And let's see what happens. Let's be reactive to how the market's trading off the open. Happy Monday. It's a short week. Market's closed on Friday for Good Friday. I'll see you guys on live.